Hey, what's up, guys? Good evening and welcome to lesson number 3. This is level number 13, and this is the final lesson for this unit number 1. So for this lesson, likes and dislikes under certain circumstances has to do with lesson 1 in the second part, where I mentioned about adverbial clauses, it clauses with adverbial clauses. And even though it sounds confusing, those two terms, they're really easy. Okay, so like I told you, an it clause is really short, it's quite simple, and they usually, when they refer to either a positive opinion or a negative opinion, right? So in this case we have I like it, I don't mind it, I can't stand it, and I hate it, with it at the end, right? At the end. And you also have it clauses with it at the beginning, such as it makes me happy, it bothers me, it upsets me, it annoys me. Okay? Then the next part will be introduced with the word when, and you're going to give the reason. Okay, so I like it when my family is supportive with me. I don't mind it when a friend arrives late. I can't stand it when drivers tailgate. I hate it when people litter. It makes me happy when a person helps homeless pets. It bothers me when the teacher doesn't answer a student's question. It upsets me when a good friend forgets my birthday. It annoys me when people argue in public. Okay, so have these in mind, because for this final lesson, just a quick reminder with the structure. You have your it clause. Remember, it could have it at the beginning or at the end. I like it, I don't mind it, I can't stand it, it makes me happy, it bothers me, it upsets me, with it at the beginning. Okay, we have when, right? When, and you have the adverbial clause. So the reason, basically, when my family is supportive with me, when a person helps homeless pets, when a good friend forgets my birthday, when people argue in public. Okay, so after when, you have a subject, my family, a friend, drivers, people, a person, teacher, a good friend, people, and then their actions. Is supportive with me, arrives late, tailgate, litter, helps, doesn't answer, forgets, argue. Okay? Very well. So let's jump into the final lesson. Again, it's quite short, and what I wrote here were some examples of questions, right? How do you feel under these situations? So these questions are for you, okay, not for me. They are for you to answer based on the information we just reviewed. So I'm going to be asking you a question, just in your mind, or actually speak it, give the answer, give your opinion, right, for each of these options. So for example, number 1, how do you feel when a friend listens to your problems? So just imagine a friend. Maybe you had a bad day, and you go to your friend and you just talk, let everything out, and your friend listens to your problems, right? I think that would be a good feeling. So in my opinion, you would use something like I like it, or it makes me happy, or maybe another example that wasn't on the previous slides could be it makes me feel better, it makes me feel good. Okay, I would say something like that. I like it when a friend listens to my problems. It makes me happy when a friend listens to my problems. It makes me feel better when a friend listens to my problems. Okay? What do you think? What's your answer? Let me know. I'm listening. Okay? Very good. Let's continue with question number 2. How do you feel when you forget your password to a website? So it could be your email, right? It could be your Facebook password, or your social media, social network groups or websites, or maybe to your shopping websites such as Amazon or others. But you forget your password, and you have to go through the process to get a new one. How does it make you feel? I don't know, maybe some people feel happy, but I definitely wouldn't feel happy. I would feel a little bit the opposite. So what do you remember? What were some examples? I don't like it, right? Could be one. Or it makes me angry, or it upsets me. I would use one of those three. I don't like it. It makes me angry, or it upsets me. Okay, so I would say it makes me angry when I forget my password to a website. What about you? How do you feel when you forget your password to a website? I'm listening. Great. So let's go to number 3. How do you feel when a salesperson calls you non-stop? Okay, so they're calling and calling, and you answer, hey, hi, and they say, hi, this is from the bank, and we want to offer you a really cool credit card. Please, who am I talking to? I just like to get your information so we can send you your new credit card. And they start calling and calling and calling and calling every day, every night, all day, all night. How do you feel about that? Maybe some people might feel good, right? It makes me feel happy. But for me, I don't know. I think it's the opposite. I don't think it's the best feeling in the world. So again, I would go with something not very positive, such as it upsets me, it annoys me, it makes me angry, I can't stand it, I don't like it. But those would be my choices, right? For example, I can't stand it when a salesperson calls me non-stop. But that's my opinion. What about you? What's your opinion? All right, let's go to number 4. How do you feel when someone motivates you to become a better person? How do you feel? Now, in my opinion, when somebody motivates me, I think that's a good feeling. Okay, so I would say something like, it makes me happy, or I really like it. Okay, those would be my choices. It makes me happy when someone motivates me to become a better person. What about you? How do you feel? Okay, let's go to number 5. How do you feel when people are direct and honest? Now, some people might like it, some people might not. I personally prefer when a person is direct and honest. Okay, so maybe they're not the nicest people, but I prefer honesty. Okay, so what about you? How do you feel? Okay, perfect. Yeah, I would say something like, I like it when people are direct and honest. I like it when people are direct and honest. Let's continue with number 6. How do you feel when kids scream or cry in public to their parents? Well, definitely not many people like that, right? To be listening to a kid scream or cry in public, man, that's not a good feeling. Okay? So maybe it upsets you, or it makes you angry, or you can't stand it. Okay? So you would say, it upsets me when kids scream or cry in public to their parents. Or I can't stand it when kids scream or cry in public to their parents. What do you think? How do you feel? I'm listening. Great. Let's go to number 7. How do you feel when drivers don't follow any traffic rules? I have to be honest. I can't stand it when drivers don't follow any traffic rules. I mean, it's crazy, but it just gets me very angry when they don't follow any rules. So, but I mean, maybe you don't follow many rules, right? So maybe you drive quite fast. So I don't know. It really depends, but I can't stand it. Okay, what about you? Okay, and let's wrap it up with question number 8. How do you feel when a person complains about everything? Oh, in my opinion, wow, I just can't stand it. Again, it really gets me angry when a person complains about everything. When someone is very negative about everything, I think it's toxic. Okay? So, in my opinion, I can't stand it when a person complains about everything. But that's my opinion. Maybe you don't mind. Or do you? What do you think? All right. Well, this is the end of lesson number 3. And this is the end of the unit. Remember that we talked about 2 main topics. The first one had to do with relative pronouns, who or that. We mentioned some examples of personalities, ways to describe personalities, the structures of relative clauses. We also talked about the second topic, which was your opinion about certain situations, and we use it with adverbial clauses and it clauses, right? So the it clause would describe your opinion of about it, and then the adverbial clause introduced with when would give information about those people and their actions. Okay, so those were the 2 main topics. Again, the structure, and we had this exercise about how we connect 2 sentences into one, and that was the idea of relative clauses. And we also had this lesson number 3, and we had some questions, right, about your opinion about certain people or situations. Okay, so this is it for the unit. Have a nice day. See you for the next one.